Yes, my people, back again with another video. You know the drill by now. So we're going to be going over the markets as per usual. I didn't make a video last week. I was busy and I was focusing on my funded account, my FTMO. We did pass, so great. Pass the first phase, pass verification. So we are basically giving me my live account. So we'll be trading from the 1st of September, new month. Yeah. Same old, you already know the drill. I'm going to be going over the markets, letting you know what I think is going to happen. I also want to show you a little bit of how I enter my trades as well with my checklist and how I basically monitor what I'm doing within the month. So we're going to start off with GBP USD, okay? I'm bullish on GBP USD on the daily. Main reasons is we've got, this is the internal high, okay? You can see on the daily time frame we're clearly going up. If you can't see that, then there's something wrong with you. Clearly going up. We did break structure to the downside. Where's my pen? So obviously come up, made this new high. This is the low, we broke it. Okay, come up, created a higher low, we come down, we broke it. Okay, so now this is the high. We've come back up, we've retested this level. Yeah, I wouldn't really class it as a break. So we are kind of in a bearish trend still. Because if we take the high from here, or we may, yeah, we take the high from here, you see we didn't close above, so it's not, we haven't broken it yet, so that's clearly why price pushed back down. Yeah. What I am seeing though on GBP USD, if I go back, come out of my face, is if I do it this way, you can see it a little bit better. I'm seeing a head and shoulders pattern, reverse head and shoulders. Yeah, so you've got bomb, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Okay, and it's coming up here. So what I'll be waiting for is clearly a break of this zone, okay, for it to continue going up. We've got the high, the low, a little bit of movement in here, but I wouldn't even class these. On the daily, you've got this and you've got this as the main one. Okay, so anything inside this area at the moment is still a downtrend for me, but I'm expecting price to push up throughout this week, retest. If it does break this level and close above, I'm very happy to continue to be bullish, okay, on GBP USD. But if we don't break that level, realistically in this zone, we're still in a downtrend. So we're just waiting at the minute for GBP USD for next week. Yeah, I don't really want to touch any sells because we did reject quite nicely off of this zone, and I think it can break this level. Anyway, GBP USD, a lot of the similar, Euro USD, a lot of the similar. They obviously move quite relatively the same. As you can see, we're going up. If you can't see that, something wrong with you. But reason I put this as a downtrend is because obviously GBP USD is down, but I expected a break. The head and shoulders is still here, but it's not as prominent, so it could continue to drop. If this drops, GBP USD would most likely drop as well, but the exact same thing. Left, head, and then you've got the right, okay, and it's obviously made its way back up. The reason I say that is because on GBP USD there was a clear double top, okay, equal highs right here. So if it does break, it's broken equal highs, whereas on Euro USD it's not an equal high. You can see it's slanted like some people's face. But if it does break this level, which it already has, it came back down, it could come up, retest. This is kind of an equal high here, so if it does break this level, we can continue going up with Euro as well. So we're bullish, bearish. Structure showing bearish, we just wait for it to flip bullish and then we place a trade on that. It's fairly simple. Let me get rid of this stuff. Oh shit. Anyway, so I'm just gonna go next. So GBP USD, mate, yeah, a lot of the similar. Obviously up with this one, you can clearly see it's going up on a daily time frame. We did break to the downside, so you see up, we hadn't broken. Can't really class that as a break, but this is still the low. What do? We broke the low here. We pushed up. This would have been the high. We've broken the high, so we are in a uptrend. So GBP JPY is an uptrend, okay. As you can see, there's a little bit of support here. Wick. The only reason we broke this level is because we had news which pushed straight down, but after news, what do? We come straight back up and broke it again. So wick again, rejection here, wick again, rejection here. So it only makes sense that price is going to look to continue to go up, potentially breaking this level and blah blah blah. So next week I might look for a long on GBP JPY, probably around this area. Okay, so something like this underneath the zone, obviously wait for the entry. Boom, we're looking at a nice 1 to 2 like that. obviously try and make the entry a little bit shorter. Yeah, something like that. But we enter on the 15-minute, not on the daily anyway. So this is just for the daily. I'm not going over these extra charts anymore. I'm just going to go over what I think is going to happen throughout the week on the daily time frame. Okay. We've got next USD JPY. In an uptrend on USD JPY. Reason being, as you can see, we was on a downtrend, but we did this. Okay, so essentially we've got high, low, broke that low, this is now a new high, broke that again, this is now a new high. What do we start doing? Boom, 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 coming up, bang, broke the high, now we're in an uptrend. Okay, bang, didn't break this low, well, it did break that low, so we're in a downtrend, but we create a new lower. What do? Boom, 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 and we broke the high. Okay, come down, broke it again, so we're in an uptrend now. If you want to make it a little bit more relevant to this section, so we've been here to here, we're in an uptrend. All of this bullshit around here is still up for me. I clearly classed this here as resistance because it hasn't managed to break this level, and this is resistance as well, so I won't be taking a trade round here because it could go up, bounce down and fuck around and come down again. What I'll be waiting for is price to break this level, and then we look for a trade off of this zone here after it's broken to continue to go up, which looks quite nice actually. We've got AUD CAD. If you've watched my previous videos on AUD CAD, I mean, we've just been trading within this zone for ages, so I'm not even going to be looking for to take a trade in it. AUD CAD, because it's probably just going to fuck around and just keep doing this and then whatever, so we'll have to wait. I was bearish on it though. I did think I was bearish more so around here after we had this big push up and push down again. Thought we'd mess around and then continue to make our way down, but we haven't. We've just consolidated within this zone, so I won't be touching that. GBP CAD, we did have news on GBP CAD yesterday which gave it a nice push to the upside, which I quite like. Obviously this was the high, this was the low, came down, created this, another fucking, what's his name, lower high, sorry, we came down, we broke, we ended up breaking that level, so this becomes a new high. Okay, we broke that level again, this is now a new high, we've just completely shattered that, so this is now the new high, this is the new low. This is the resistance point that I put in, so you'll see I have 1, 2, 3 lines, so it'll be the high, the low, and then a zone that I think is a resistance point with in between them two lines of the high and the low, which price could potentially reject off of, which as you can see there's a wick here already, so it's rejected and it's around the 200 EMA as well, 50 EMA, sorry. Come back down, probably fuck around here for a little bit and continue to make its way up is what I'm expecting. So yet again we're just waiting. We've got Euro AUD, a lot of the same. Price obviously low, high, broke it again, so this is the high, this is the low, as you can see the lines. Point of resistance within this, which is here, we have broken that point of resistance and we've come down, we're testing this point of resistance essentially, so price could either reject off of this. What I'll be waiting for is price to maybe consolidate around here, break this high, retest and then continue to go up. If not, price could obviously break and continue going down. I haven't checked news yet either for next week, so we'll have to wait and see with news. We've got GBP NZD. I'm pretty sure you guys could probably analyze this chart yourself. You can see clearly going up. Like I say, this was the low, this was the high. Sorry, this was the high, this was the low. What do we do? Came back down, boom, bang. This is now the high. This is obviously the low. We've broken that. I don't really like classing this, but I'm classing it purely because it's a 2 candle formation, so you can class it. I'm not going to teach you guys about that. If you want to learn about that, then ask me in the comments or something and I'll go over it. But this is clearly the high. This is another point of resistance here on this high, which you've just broken. You can see it struggles clearly to break through this level for some reason. If we go back, is it the highest point? It's not the highest point yet, so we're quite far away, but you can see here we've rejected off of this zone before. So zooming in though, yeah, like I said, low, high, resistance point in between. It came back down, it rejected, it's closed just above the resistance point, so price could continue to make its way up. We'll just be waiting, same old. We've got AUD JPY messing around here. You can see high, low. We broke this, is now the high. We keep going up. We've broken it again, and we're coming up. The reason I think it's going to go up is obviously because of this point of resistance here, but it may not. Like I say, we are on a downtrend on this as well. We go back. We are on a downtrend on this as well at the minute, which I just think I haven't actually changed these charts. You can see we're in a downtrend because what's happening. If we trace it back to here, we've got the low, we've got the high. This is a 2 candle formation, but I wouldn't really class that as a high to be broken, so we're still in a downtrend. Realistically, if I do this, give you a bit more of a clear picture, bang, bang, and then this, and that would just be swept that way. Okay, so we are above the 50 EMA. I mean, price could continue to go up. We're still just waiting on this one to see what happens. I don't really think there's any huge point of resistance here. You can kind of class this as a point of resistance, but we're kind of breaking through it, so we're gonna have to wait and see what happens next on Monday. This clearly in a downtrend for me. As you can see, high, low, high, broken that low, and we're continuing to go down. As you can see, we've come back up with retesting what zone? Point of resistance here, which is in the middle. We're underneath the 50 EMA. Potentially price could start to drop from here now, or price could push up a little bit further, retest off of this, come down, break, retest, and then continue to go down again. I think price is going to go down on New Zealand dollar, USD. I think USD is getting a bit stronger anyway, so we'll see. And then we've got gold. I don't usually go over gold. I don't really like trading gold, but it's here because I am sometimes undisciplined. You can see high, low, we're trading within this zone. Okay, as you can see, I did this last week. I thought it would consolidate, just keep consolidating. I was waiting for either this to be taken or this to get taken. As you can see, the latter did happen and this was taken, so we've closed above these highs now. Yeah, price could do exactly what it did here, just do this on the next candle and just have a wick and come back down into this zone. I don't know, so what I'm waiting for is price to make a nice bullish movement to show that we're going to continue to go up. If that is the case, that means US is getting weaker, but like I went over on NZD, I think US is going to get a bit stronger, so price could still fuck around within this area, but we'll have to see. Previously gold kind of done the same thing here, consolidating. As you can see, what did it do? Fucked about, broke, and then once it fully broke, then it started to push up. So we're at pretty much all-time highs now, so we'll just have to wait and see. Okay, so that is the analysis for Monday 1st of September. This is what I think is going to happen on the week coming up. Join the Telegram, it's free. If you're not in the Telegram, then I don't know what's wrong with you. It's free if you're trying to learn trading. You got me in there putting in my trades, also putting in my results. Discipline playbook is free, get it. Just teach you a little bit about basically discipline and how to manage your emotions when it comes to trading. And yeah, that's the analysis. Also just a quick one, because I know I did say buy, but this is my trading log. Essentially, this is how I mark out whether or not I'm going to place a trade. So obviously identify the daily bias. Yes, if it's in whichever direction. The 4-hour bias has to match the daily bias. You've got price at continuation zone, so obviously if it's a support or resistance level. Wick rejection, so I'm looking obviously for a wick rejection followed by an engulfing candle, which is my entry on the 15-minute. Clean structure, I want to make sure it's clean, there's no heavy chop. Risk reward has to be 1 to 2 minimum. News checks, obviously I make sure I check there's no heavy impact news which could fuck me up. Position correct for the risk, so I make sure obviously the risk is right for my trade. Stop loss is placed at optimal level, either underneath the structure of where if it breaks that level and I get stopped out, it's because I was just wrong about the direction of the trade. Okay, take profit aligns with my logical target, which is essentially an area of the chart where I think price could either go up to and reject off of, and then obviously matches your A+ criteria, which would give me a 90% trade. Nothing is 100%. I can click this, but it does not add. Okay, so I've got it here 90 for a reason, because nothing is 100%. 90% just means it's obviously a very good trade, but not 100% going to go in my direction. So that's why I've left it at that. I won't take anything that is not in the green, so 70% I'll take, and I'll lower the risk, so I'll risk 1% if it's 90%. If it's anything below 90%, I'll risk 0.5% of the account. Okay, so half. So if it's 65, I won't even take the trade. And then you get your trading P&L. So this will essentially is now a new start for September. Date, time, the pair, direction, setup, the risk, reward, the result of the trade, net P&L if there's any notes, and then my overall P&L. Okay. How this adds up is you've got monthly performance. So this will be how I performed for the month of September, as it's a new one coming up. Give me my dashboard, monthly P&L, win rate trades, which I'll go over with you at the end of every video from now on. And then you've also got the chart, so it's just like a line chart to show you how the trade is, okay, from my wins and my losses. That is officially the end of this video, so I'll catch you lot in the next one. Peace.